So, in this video today, I want to talk about my experience while initiating into the clipothic sphere of Golachab, okay? Now, Golachab is the sphere that is referred to as the sphere of the burning ones. The archdemon of this sphere is Asmodeus, okay? I'm very familiar with Asmodeus. I love fucking working with him. He's one of the spirits that is very much so highly effective when you invoke him or even when you evoke him. But when you invoke him, he's very quick to work. He helps boost your self-confidence. He helps you to stand up for yourself as well. He helps you to speak up and gain control of a situation that you feel like you might have lost control of. He helps you to identify those problems that might be hidden that you might not be able to see. He brings those motherfucking things to the surface. He gets shit done, in other words, okay? Now, while initiating into this sphere, I was approached by Asmodeus, okay? And I was approached by Asmodeus as a flaming red horse with a black mane, okay? When he approached me, he allowed me to get onto his back. I'm literally riding him like I'm riding him into this place that had a tunnel. It was like a white tunnel that had a lot of clouds, okay? And while I'm traveling through these clouds, I end up in this area that has a black sky with kind of fire coming through it, almost as if there's fireballs in the air. When I looked on the ground, it looked like it was like lava rock, okay? It seemed like very porous and very dark. There was a lake of fire, of lava actually. It was a lot of fire, a lot of lava, a lot of cloaked beings that were there. And by cloaked, I mean they had on all of these black robes, okay? Another spirit that I met within this sphere was ronove. And ronove is a spirit that resides over death, okay? You can utilize him for death of a specific target. You can use him for manipulation to gain favors of your enemies, to make people believe in kind of what you are saying, message kind of delivered, and to make sure that people comprehend what it is that you're trying to put out there. He's a very good spirit to utilize for thought manipulation. This dude was an apparition that showed up, you know, kind of as a shadow, but a skull was coming through this shadow, okay? Now there was no like real figure, just a black cloud with the face of a skull that was coming through it. This is what he told me about himself. He told me that he was a spirit that could be referred to as a death god. He worked with death magic. He worked with a lot of cursing rites. He could be utilized in cursing rites. He likes to do that kind of work. He likes to use thought form manipulation. He gives familiars in the shapes of animals. He can help the witch astral shapeshift. He also can help he can also help the witch and sorceresses alike to help. He can help them maintain a stable mind frame, okay? So he can help with mental disability, basically. He can heighten their IQ. He can heighten their intellect. He definitely helps with heightening intuition. He's very, very effective with helping you hone in on your intuitive abilities. He's very great for helping you to get through specific challenges. He's another spirit that can calm you the fuck down and have you extremely focused. He has very similar energy to Asmodeus, except for Asmodeus has different realms that he rules over when it comes to his specific abilities, if that makes sense, okay? Now, as I was riding Asmodeus, because I went through this realm with him, for a little while longer, I ended up in this area that had just a bunch of smoke. And I usually end up seeing these spirits in this area that's kind of like the void. It's non-existing, but at the same time, there's water. Okay, so I was sitting in water, but there was a lot of gray clouds and smoke that were rising up that made a really thick, dense fog that allowed me to not see anything else but Asmodee and myself. Okay, there was a circle around me. Asmodee kind of shapeshifted his hands and pulled a locket, okay, with a pentagram, with an inverted pentagram that was on fire, out of his chest. He put this around my neck, on my body, and as soon as this pentagram touched my body, I could feel my body kind of starting to melt. It started to burn. I felt all this pain in my heart. I felt all this pain in my body. I started feeling all this pain all over, and it burned. It was excruciating. It fucking felt so terrible. But I allowed myself to continue on with this experience, okay? We continued on to bless this piece of jewelry that he put on me, okay? And after this, the experience was over. It ended, okay? I didn't really expect for anything else to happen, okay? Because I've worked with Asmodee before, and whenever I worked with Asmodee, he would do what he does when I would summon him, and he'd be gone, you know? He'd do what he does in a spell, and he'd be gone. When I tell him, you can go back from where you came, I appreciate you, whatever I'm telling him when I'm, doing the departure. But this time, during a very intense situation that came up in my immediate waking reality, I realized that he was making me feel so focused, so calm, to basically understand the underlying threat to the entire situation. He helped me to identify specifically what it was that was causing this chaos, okay, that was happening here. And when I identified what this was, when he helped me identify what the fuck was actually going on, I was able to just remain calm, and the situation passed a lot easier than it would have if I was actually reacting the way that I usually do, okay? So I was so fucking calm and not bothered by what was going on that it passed the situation within 10 minutes, and it was fucking done and over with. I had done what I needed to do, and everything was patched up and clear again, okay? This is why I fucking recommend those of you who are interested in initiating into the clip-off to get into doing, your initiation, because it's very fucking effective. It is so effective when you work with initiating into the clip-off and work with these specific spirits. In these spirits, it's so empowering and so invigorating, okay? There are so many benefits, but I'm just naming a few. This was my experience. Obviously, everyone's experience is going to be different. I do notice a common theme in all of these spheres, that I literally, in some way, die, or some piece of me dies while I'm within these realms. But these pieces that are, kind of given up as sacrifices are pieces of me that I no longer use. They're my anger, they're my strife, they're the blockages, they're the stagnation from my past. They're memories from my past that no longer serve me. And as I've been initiating through these spheres, I realized that each of them have a specific kind of death.